So I understand we're only like 4 games into the season for some teams, but I think we've seen some very unexpected things from the Oklahoma City Thunder so far. Their first game of the season against the Rockets was postponed until I'm not sure when, so they've only played 3 games at the time of recording. They sit at 1-2, which is whatever at this point in the season, but one thing you'll notice with specifically the games against the Hornets and the Jazz is that they were very close games. In the game against the Hornets, they did blow a big lead in the fourth quarter. They were up 13 with 2 minutes to go, so that's not really a good look. I mean, it was just a string of turnovers, plus Charlotte hitting 4 straight threes. 3 of those came at the hand of Miles Bridges. And when things like that happen, leads disappear in an instant. But one thing I have noticed with this team, and it's something I'll talk about more in a minute, it's that they really haven't trusted Shai with this team. I will admit, I've not watched every single second of every single Thunder game, but I have watched a decent bit of a couple of them. And while I was watching, I noticed how much Shai has the ball in his hands. Now, this is a good and a bad thing, and we'll talk about that in a second. It seems like the ball is always in Shai's hand. I mean, his usage rate is currently almost 30%, which is a lot, up 7% from last year, but obviously the season is still young. This stems from the fact that Shai is their obvious offensive option, kind of their only one. When you entrust the offense to somebody like that, you get great things like his game winner against the Hornets. I mean, I never thought I would see a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pull up long 2 for the win, at least me personally. He's also averaging 7.7 assists, albeit with 4.7 turnovers as well, and I'm honestly not quite sure what to think about that assist number just yet. As I said a second ago, Shai has the ball in his hands all the time, and obviously when you handle the ball that much, you're bound to get assists, as well as turnovers, so those aren't really a huge deal. The offense for OKC is currently not that great. It's 20th in the league with an offensive rating of 105. It honestly consists of Shai, and more Shai. When they go to someone else, it ends up with a lot of drives that don't lead to anything, and then they kick it out and give it back to Shai, who has to go and do something. I've been seeing a bunch of Shai ISOs. Obviously pick and rolls and stuff like that too, but I didn't think Shai was an ISO player. Learn something new every day, I guess. But honestly, how can you really expect this offense to be that good? They're playing Justin Jackson 29 minutes a game. Hamidou Diallo and Theo Maledon are getting 20 minutes a game, and Pokusevski and Kenrich Williams are both getting around 15 minutes a game. Pokusevski has also only made 1 shot in all 3 games, so that's not great. But there just aren't any offensive options here. I mean, they're lucky Dort is currently shooting 47% from 3 because that's just insane. I mean, if there are any Thunder fans who know more about the offense, please let me know, but there's just nothing here. They've got George Hill, who's a solid veteran point guard. Al Horford has been alright. Shai's been pretty good under a heavy load, and then they have one of the best perimeter defenders in the league in Dort. So the fact that they aren't dead last in offense is something. But it's possible they slip, considering the Pelicans, Heat, 76ers, and Raptors are worse than them in offensive rating currently. But being 20th right now is honestly pretty good. That's also when a ton of guys on their team aren't hitting shots, so maybe if that happens and things start to even out, they can stay afloat at around 20th or 22nd, maybe 23rd, who knows, or something like that on offense. But right now, where they're kind of hanging their hat is on defense, which is 16th in the league at 109. I think this one is totally sustainable, but obviously there are still teams like the Heat, Clippers, and Celtics below them. They definitely have the personnel to be a pretty decent defensive team. They have George Hill, Shai, Dort, Horford, apparently Ariza, I forgot about him, but he's got something going on with his family. I'm not sure when or if he's going to play, but those are 4 solid defensive players, with Dort being exceptional. Maybe someone emerges as another defender from one of their young guys. That's just something we'll have to wait and see on. So yeah, a team that's like 23rd in offense and 18th or something on defense is a semi-respectable team. They won't win a ton of games, but they won't be bottom tier trash. That could be good or bad depending on who you ask, especially considering everybody wants Cade Cunningham. They're 1 shot away from being 2-1, and this team is honestly much better than anticipated. Obviously, there's still tons of games to go in the season, and they'll still likely be a bottom team in the West, but I don't think this is a team you can just brush off on a random Tuesday night. As always, If any Thunder fans have any knowledge to share with me, please do, and feel free to share your opinions as well in the comments. There's still plenty of factors to go into this. Maybe guys will start hitting shots. Dort is obviously not going to shoot 47% from 3 all year. But this team is definitely not nearly as bad as we thought they were going to be. And that's promising for a Thunder fan. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Literally, as I'm recording this, we hit 200 subscribers, who was actually apparently a guy who makes YouTube videos as well. His channel name is Triby. He actually makes some pretty dope 2K rebuilds. I recommend you check him out. I like his stuff a lot. I've been watching a lot of his videos lately. But thank you guys so much. This means a lot. It took me like 4 months to get from 50 to 100 subscribers, and you guys have doubled my subscriber count in a little over a month. That's absolutely nuts. So thank you guys a lot. And you guys make sure to have a good one.